Hi, good afternoon everyone. I wanted to give you a follow-up update from yesterday's information that I shared with you regarding the post-mastectomy, and just kind of share like after I get out of the shower, some of the maintenance and like care that I have to give to the wound area in order to make it feel a little better. So one of the hardest parts is we have to massage the breast. So the breast is really tender, to the touch, and a lot of times you get sensitivity or it gets hot and irritable, but we still need to make sure that it's massaged. So I'm just going to start with showing you what I do in order to care for it. So as I mentioned yesterday, I had a mastectomy, a simple mastectomy done on my left breast. And what I'm going to do is take a piece of gauze. Better yet, I'm just going to take a plain old cotton ball and I'm going to tape it across my nipple area so that I don't expose too much on camera. So I'm going to do that real quick. Give me just a sec. Okay, so now we have that covered up. And yesterday's, you didn't get to see a lot, so I want to make sure that I show everything today. So as I mentioned, I had the skin sparing technique. So I do have skin that's left, and I also have my nipple that was preserved. But all of the breast tissue inside was taken out, and I have an expander, a tissue expander that is put inside, and that's what's causing the puffiness here because it's full of saline. Now, my sutures originally started here, and as you can see that over the past couple of weeks, the suture tape after the sutures were taken out has started coming off. And it's a little irritable there. It's very red and irritable. So I'm not going to fuss with that too much. I'm just kind of going to retape it. And I am just going to take another piece of medical tape that you can buy at Walgreens or CVS or the pharmacy. And I don't know if this is the proper thing to do, but I have an appointment, a follow-up appointment with my physician coming up soon. So in the interim, I am just going to do this to keep it from getting infected in any way. So I just take that little tape and I just suture it closed, right, just like that, just to keep it covered and protected. So mostly what I wanted to show you is how to clean the breast. So first of all, under the breast area, you'll have a pocket here under the expander, and that pocket will have to be cleaned out. And when I shower, I just give it a little scrub and I wash it really good, and it also maintains moisture. So every once in a while you want to just take a cotton ball or gauze or wipe and just kind of wipe it away. And it's better to wipe the left breast towards the armpit, which would be, don't want to lose it, clockwise, so that that fluid can start to move in that direction. And one other thing I wanted to point out is with my particular procedure, I have a pincher. If you look right under my armpit, it's hard to raise my arm. I can't raise it too much. You'll see that this skin is pulled together. Let's see, right in here. So I have this part of my underarm, this part of my back, and this part of my breast. That's all sutured together. So it has an indentation in it. And I have to take a Q-tip and I just kind of go inside that little area See if I can feel my way inside it. And I just kind of clean that out. And that's how I clean that area. Because if you don't clean it, you're going to get an odor. It's going to have dead skin. It's going to smell. And you just want to keep that area as clean as possible. Now, normally, I'll clean it with a little peroxide. I don't know that it's recommended. But that's what I've chosen to use instead of alcohol. Because I don't want to hurt. So the peroxide doesn't cause me any pain, so I use peroxide. And so now, as I mentioned, the entire breast area has to be massaged in order to soften all of this tissue up. So the best thing would be is some type of, maybe you want to use baby gel. I have several things. You can use Johnson & Johnson baby oil or Johnson baby lotion. That's also good. But my preference is to use, if I can find it, my shea butter, which happens to be missing because my daughter borrowed it from me. So what I'm going to do instead is just take a little of the oil, the Johnson & Johnson oil. You know what? I don't want to use the oil because I don't want the oil to loosen up the tape that I put on that's already a little iffy. So I'm going to take some of the lotion and just warm it in my hands. I'm just going to warm it for a little while in my hands. And then just around my breast, just begin to rub it. Put a little pressure. You want to make sure you put pressure on it and rub it all over. It's going to be hard. It's going to be tender. It's going to hurt. And some areas are going to feel like a rock. But you want to make sure that you still rub it. You want to rub the entire breast. So if you can, go clockwise and just rub it and rub it and rub it. And just rub it as much as possible several times a day until you can get some of that tissue softened up. And then as the tissue softens, your body will also absorb that extra liquid that is inside of your breast. So once your drains are taken out, you get what's called a seroma. And a seroma is just a buildup of liquid drainage from your lymph nodes that your body has not absorbed or cannot absorb. So you just want to make sure that you rub it really, really good and get that tissue as soft as possible. It's not going to get really, really soft at one time, but once you continue to do it over and over and over and over again, it will soften up. And so that is my little clue for today. And you have your good days and your bad days. And usually it gets easier to do after you've done it for, about a week or so. It gets a lot easier and easier to do. So I just wanted to share that little tidbit of information with you. And I hope it helps you out, as you go along your road to recovery, because you will recover and things will get so much better. And I hope this information helps you. And if it does, and if you know someone else who is going through breast cancer or any other form of cancer, please share this information with them. And also, don't forget to visit SeeWithLove.com and see some of the great apparel that we have. That's all about love. It's all about pride. It's all about peace and faith and caring for one another and donating to causes like breast cancer so that we can find a cure, not just for one person, but for us all. So I love you all. Thank you so much for watching today. Peace and love. Bye.